Hey guys, welcome back to another Team Absolution video. This is the Braxton Express going over deck profile for good old the Cross. So come back and we'll get right on into it. Alright guys, so we're back and we're going to get right on into it. So, starter, Red Pulse, bad kid. Well, honestly, he's the Grade 3 searcher. You want to use him to find your crosses or your greats, preferably. If there was something better, I would run it. Then we got, going straight into Grade 3s, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 crosses. He is the main boss for the deck. Y'all know what he does, so really don't have to get into it much, hopefully. And then from there on, we got 3 of the end, and you run him at 3 to decrease your chances of riding him. Because if you end up riding him for some reason, you kind of almost instant lose. Sorry, that's just how it is. And then from there, we're going to the Great. We run to the Great, 1 to fill in the 8th slot for your Grade 3s, and an extra 1. 1 for extra stride targets, 2 for extra burnout targets, which we'll get to later. And he's also very good in the mirror match, and just for any awkward matchups or situations you may get into. Because honestly, let's be real here, the Great is still good in it of himself. So that is all my Grade 3s, I'm sorry, can't speak, ever. Now we're going to move on to the Grade 2s. And we're going to go hard in the paint with 3 Neoflame. Now, because you're running only really to the Great, you don't need that much Neoflame, so I'm having him at 3 at the moment. But honestly, in and of himself, Neoflame is also just a great support card for just the deck in general. Anytime you pop a dude, you can pop another one with Neoflame. We all, nice and consistent. So that's good old Neoflame. Then from there, we got 4 Burning Horn. And I'm running 4 in this build, which I'll explain when I get to my Grade 1 section. But other than that, all your Grade 3s are Overlord. So Burning Horn's always going to be alive. So there we go. Then after that, we got my favorite card ever. Good old Burnout. Burnout recycles all your used up Overlords. Regardless of they're the Cross, the End, or the Great, you Soul Blast one and you pop a dude. But really, he's busted. Then we're going to go over, so that's all my Grade 2s, actually. And we're going to go over to my Grade 1s. So we're going to start off with the brand new GPG. And I'm using the GPG, honestly, because the unflip, I find, is very important. It's just very helpful. It adds a lot of flexibility to how I use my skills, and all in all, just helpful. So, from there on, we're going to go to 2 of the Stride Fighter. I mean, self-explanatory, ditch it, instant stride. And then we're going to go on to 3 Gojo. You guys already know how I feel about Gojo. Adds consistency, fills up the drop zone. All in all, great card. And then, last but definitely not least, we got the 1, 2, 3, 4 Wyvern. So Soul Blast 2, draw a card. Pretty straightforward. However, in conjunction with, the Cross and his, search out ability on Legion, you have essentially this advantage loop going on, and you can just keep recycling all of your resources back into the deck, whether it be Overlords with the where is he at? Where's Homeboy at? With the Burnout Abuse, or just by riding over your already Legion thing, popping them out with Wyvern, drawing a card, and then re-legioning them back and searching out the 2 things you just ditched. So, in and of itself, you have an infinite loop, almost infinite loop, and it's actually pretty hard to get around because you're essentially never running out of resources. So, that is that. Boop, de boop, de boop. boop. Moving on to triggers, we have, I'm running 5 draw, 3 of them being Gatling Claw, and 2 of them being the Seal Dragon trigger. Gatling Claw to pop any troublesome starters. The Seal Dragon trigger just so I can just throw them into the soul whenever if I need the soul. Yeah, 3 and 2, 5 altogether. 7 crits. Crits are nice. They add pressure, win games, all that good stuff. Making a mess, no. And last but not least, 1, 2, 3, 4 heals. Why? Because heals save lives. Well, that's all of that. Too long didn't read. This is basically one of the many Japanese, well, I shouldn't say Japanese, overseas lists, OCG lists, there you go. OCG's list for this deck. I found it to be very effective, and I just like how it played out to the things that I was building. So, that is the cross, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check us out again for, my bad. I forgot things. I'm not even done. Because new meta, new rules. We got strides, guys. So to start us off on my extra deck, I got 3 Mamuds. Mamud, yeah. My mud. Generic on hit, Papa Dude. Pretty solid. I have really nothing bad to say about him. Then after that, I got 1 Atmos. Atmos is generally ran as a 1 of. And I can see why. I mean, honestly, he's good. He's very good. You can use him as your last stride. Counterblast 1, he gets 10k, so he's huge. And depending on where in the game you are, that can be very devastating. And then I got the homeboy Shenron. Run him as a 4 of, so I can use the skill twice. All in all, a pretty solid card. Retire a column whenever I feel like. And that is my extra deck. Pretty straightforward, I think. So, yeah, guys, assuming I didn't mess anything else up in this profile, that is it for the cross. Be sure to come back and check us out for our other deck profile vids and just our other gameplay vids of the set. So, thanks, and come back again. Yeah.